Good evening. A chip shop owner from Carmarthenshire, accused of killing his wife by throwing boiling oil over her, has been cleared of her murder. From Swansea Crown Court, Kathy Peart reports.
The jury here at Swansea Crown Court was told that the couple, who'd been married more than 30 years, had a volatile relationship which had deteriorated over the last few months of Mavis Brand's life. Geoffrey Brand told police that on the afternoon of the 23rd of October last year, Mavis had slipped and pulled a deep fat fryer over herself. After 5 hours of deliberations, the jury cleared Geoffrey Brand of murder. There were tears from members of his family in the public gallery as the 71-year-old was told he was free to go home. Before he left court, BBC Wales asked him if he was relieved that it was all over, and he replied yes.
Well, our reporter Kathy Peart is at the Liberty Stadium where the scheme is being officially launched by the club today. Kathy.
That's right, Lucy. I'm here at the home of the Swans, where very soon a special party will be taking place in this very room. Now, it's all in aid of an organisation that's been set up trying to ensure that children in local communities have access to play the sport that they love. It was an idea thought up by a dad from Neath just 4 weeks ago, and since then he's been inundated with donations and volunteer requests. Well, Carl joins me now, as does former Swansea City player Leon Britton, who's now sporting director at the club. Firstly, Leon, why did you personally and the club want to back this project?
Well, I've known Carl for a long time. He's been a supporter of the club for many years, and the club come across his idea on social media, and we thought it was an absolutely brilliant idea.
Thank you, Leon. And Carl, the man behind the project himself, is it a dream come true getting Swansea City on board?
Yeah, from day one, the Swans have backed me, and I said at the end of the day, it was something that I knew it could work. I wanted it to work, and literally it is actually a dream come true to get the club involved and to see it is actually working.
Well, it's going to start getting a little bit busier here soon. It already is, with people coming in for the party, and there's lots to celebrate, but also lots to discuss with regards to the future of the boot room and how it can be taken to the next level. Lucy, back to you.
Oh, it's a great idea. Thanks, Kathy. Kathy Peart there in Swansea.
Good evening. Exercise restrictions have been tightened in Wales to cut down on unnecessary travel, to minimise how often people leave home to help stop the spread of coronavirus. Kathy Peart reports.
On a sunny day like this, the Avon Forest Park here in the Avon Valley would usually be full of cyclists and walkers, but like many other outdoor facilities across the country, its trails and car parks have been closed in a bid to prevent people from making unnecessary journeys to exercise.
Good evening. 8 people have been injured after a double-decker bus bound for Swansea University crashed into a railway bridge in the city. Kathy Peart has the details.
This was a double-decker bus, but after hitting a railway bridge, most of the upper section was left completely crushed, one witness describing it like a tin opener had ripped off the roof. There were passengers on board when this happened on Neath Road in Swansea at around 9:40 this morning. 8 people were injured, 2 men seriously. There's been severe disruption to rail services in and out of Swansea today after the roof of the double-decker bus ended up on the tracks. Around 20 members of staff from Network Rail have been working this afternoon to remove the debris as the investigation continues into what caused the incident.
Well, Kathy is at the scene for us this evening. Kathy, you just mentioned there the passengers who are stable, but there is still one with life-threatening injuries.
Yes, Lucy, the 5 men are being treated at Morriston Hospital tonight and, as you saw in my report, are stable. Now, there's one person who's been airlifted to the University Hospital of Wales with what's described as life-threatening injuries. We're still waiting for an update on their condition. Now, this was a very serious incident here today, and the bus has now been removed. That was taken away around 4 o'clock today, but activity has been ongoing. Workers have now brought in floodlights and are putting up scaffolding as the bridge itself was obviously damaged. But it wasn't just the bridge above it where the roof ended up caused severe disruption to travel today, but the rail lines, we've been told, are now back open. Now, the investigation will be continuing and well through the night, but South Wales Police have confirmed that a 63-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the incident.
So this week, as promised, we've got our special West End show.
Later, we're going to be chatting to the phenomenally talented Hugh Maynard and Welsh superstar of the stage, Caroline Sheen. And Hugh, I mean, one of the big and iconic roles for you was when you played Sweeney Todd. You were actually the first black actor in the UK to play that role. Looking back on the show now, and with many people saying that there is inequality within theatre, how influential do you think playing such an iconic role had on the future of other black actors playing, similar historically white roles?
As a BAME person, you know that you're only there so they can say that yes, they can tick the box. We've seen everyone for the role, and then give the role or offer the role to someone who they feel is right for it, of interest to me, because I knew that in my lifetime I'm never going to play such a fantastic role.
I think the way the Welsh say lovely is the best way that lovely has ever been said.
Absolutely.
Personally.
But it's quite hard to sing it, lovely or lovely.
It's Friday. I'm your host, Kathy Peart, and this week, as promised, is our Britain's Got Talent special. Later, we've got star guests Jai McDowell, winner of the 2011 series, and also who appeared on the same show, Welsh artist Nathan Wyburn. So we are super excited that we managed to book you guys for this. Like, super excited. Not as excited as you are to be here, obviously, but quite excited, to say the least, okay? So, yeah, any sort of backstage gossip. I'd like to know a story, maybe from each of you, that maybe other people wouldn't know, just something that our viewers might think, oh, that's really interesting to know what went on behind the scenes.
During the semi-final reveal, when we were all in the Hammersmith Apollo, I was sitting up the stairs, and I was next to the dog, and I love dogs, so I was like, oh, that's lovely, hi, bit me.
No.
Like then, did you bleed?
Yeah, no, totally bit me.
Oh
like,
my
what?
God.
And our owner was like, oh, it's okay, she just does that. And I'm like, really? Okay. I'll just move over here to the guys with the sharp knives because I feel safer.